هاني عبد الله بيتر سوسة.
Excuse my French, or in Arabic, La Mu'akhza, is a new Egyptian comedy that attempts to dwell on some of the sectarian issues in the country. It's about a young Christian boy, Hani, whose life faces dramatic changes after his father's death. Hani moves from the luxury of private schooling to feeling the urge of hiding his religious identity in a public school.
But it's more really about discrimination in general. I would say discrimination not just between Muslims and Christians, but any kind of discrimination in which a minority is subjected to isolation or abuse by a dominant majority. And I find that comedy sometimes is a great way to explore sensitive issues and deconstruct the fear and the myth, that this is unapproachable.
To gain popularity among his friends, the young boy started praying like Muslims and entering religious competitions. But once his identity was revealed, he suddenly became abused, mocked, and declared an outcast. The script was ready in 2009, but the censorship authority rejected it.
We came to release it a few weeks ago, and we showed it to the head of the censorship, who is not the same head of the censorship that was blocking the film earlier. And he saw it, and he said, I don't have any objections. I don't mind that this film gets released as it is without a single change. And again, that was very brave. And so I feel like the revolution made it easier for artists and people to demand what they believe is the right, to speak freely and to not hold back.
After the January Revolution, the cinema industry, like the entire economy, crashed. Up until now, it hadn't regained its influence, but La Mu'akhza is doing well this season.
This season, we're getting better. During the winter break, we reached 70 to 80% in ticket sales. But as the schools began, we are now talking about 20%. La Mu'akhza is the best movie I have in the cinema this season. People like it.
For 6 weeks, the movie ranked #1 in the box office sales. This week, it's been released in Canada, and soon it will be showing in several Arab countries.
Making this film in this way, I think we were able to communicate to a much wider audience and engage a much wider audience that would not necessarily have come if this had been a very serious film.
Never had an Egyptian movie tackled such a sensitive issue the way La Mu'akhza did. Being a comedy made it touch people's heart and think about their behavior where many lecturers fail to. Adel EL Mahrouky, CCTV, Cairo.